My name is Brian D. Meeks, and welcome to Snarktown, USA, a small town in the middle of nowhere. Tonight, I'm going to continue reading from Underwood Scotch and Wry, a satire I wrote about a curmudgeonly college professor who's kind of they're trying to run him out of the school, even though he's got tenure, and Arthur started to realize that he's in a little bit of trouble. This is Chapter 3. Arthur, taking a break from his lunchtime drinking, snoozed on the couch in his office. A relic from the 70s, the leather was cracked and worn in all the right places, and fit him like a 28-year-old grad student with a history of bad decision-making. The knock at the door was not appreciated. Come in, or if you have an ounce of decency in you, don't. Dr. Byrne, said a woman's voice, which was vastly more acceptable than the alternative. Without opening his eyes or removing his arm from across his face, Arthur said, "Yes, I'm Wen Hu. If you're Wen Hu, then I must be what's on second." Now, state your business and leave me to my slow and steady decline into an abyss of irrelevance. What's on second? I don't understand. Arthur decided to open his eyes on the off chance that his visitor might be attractive. She was. I'll give you a hint. Bud and Lou. That should be enough for you to look on BoobTube and unravel the mysteries of my reference, if you've got nothing else to do. Do you mean YouTube? Use whatever you like. What brings you around during nap time? The other TAs and I would like to know when you planned on getting together. There are others. 5 of us. I just got the email about you taking over the class this morning. Arthur got up and took his place behind the desk. He rubbed his temples and said, "Please take a seat, Lou." "It's who?" "I know. Now, presumably, since you checked your email, you're one of those people who use computers to waste their time on the internet thing." "Yes, it's a class on social media, and who doesn't use the internet?" she asked. Wynne looked at his bare desk and added, "Where is your computer?" "It's yonder, beneath that stack of Muddy Waters records." The expression on her face made 2 things abundantly clear. Wynne Hu had heard the rumors about Dr. Byrne, but had, until now, assumed that they were more urban myth than anything. The realization of truth being exactly as strange as fiction was difficult for her to comprehend. "Yes, it is true. I'm not fond of the computer, which begs the question, why have I been assigned to teach such a dreadful subject? Maybe it's a mistake. Mary Shingle does not make mistakes. It's a superbly calculated move, for which I have no reply." "So, why don't you just knock over your king and be done with it?" she said, growing annoyed with Arthur's self-pity. "Do you play chess?" "Yes. Do you know anything about social media?" "I've heard of Twitter." "It's Twitter," she said, shaking her head. "Have you read the syllabus?" "I'm waiting for the movie. I understand it's to be done in 3D and include cameo appearances by the cast of Glee. It should be an Oscar contender." "Social media is a serious business. It has changed the world." "I quite doubt that." When there were earthquakes in New Zealand, people used Twitter to get the word out about missing loved ones. When news breaks, it is usually social media that gets it out first, even before the networks. It changes lives, decides elections, and levels the playing field for everyone. Do you know what the all-time most viewed video on YouTube is on YouTube? I do not. It is by a Korean artist named Psy, a singer that few people outside South Korea had heard of before the video went viral. "And how many people have watched this Korean singer video?" Arthur asked, his interest piqued. "The video has been viewed over 1 billion times." Arthur didn't have a clever response or any comment. He just let the number sort of hang there and then said, "It seems you have a real passion for this stuff." "I do. Normally, That is the sort of thing I would find troubling, but with you, it's only 89% so. Was that a compliment? It was not. I was carefully considering. It was a careful considered analysis. I don't do compliments, nor do I eat peas or tolerate fruit and jello. Fruit and jello? It's an abomination. People who wed two wonderful things into such an unholy union should be killed. You're quite a mess, aren't you? Yes, your point. Wynne stood up and removed the Muddy Waters records and opened the computer box. Where do you want it? Any response that I might choose, I fear has been done, so I'll just let that one pass. 5 minutes later, Wynne had his computer up and running. 30 minutes after that, Arthur had learned the term browser and URL, and found it too taxing to go on. He suggested they go for a drink. She suggested, with quite a bit more force, that they go buy him a smartphone. But if I have one of those cellular phone devices, won't people be able to call me? Isn't it really just a newfangled leash on which those who annoy most may tug whenever they fancy? Yes, I'll make sure they have the Shot Collar app installed before you leave the store, she said with a smile. It didn't give any hint as to whether she was kidding. It can't really shock me, can it? This is going to be an interesting semester. Well, that was Chapter 3. Arthur has met his teaching assistant, Wynne, who apparently is not familiar with the comedic genius that is Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. The thing about this book, there's all sorts of little obscure references that I put in there that are, well, they're in and of themselves interesting. I do them for a reason, because one of my readers happens to be my father. And Dad loved that joke. So the whole reason it's in the book is because I thought Dad would find it funny, and he did, so mission accomplished. Would a 28-year-old Asian teaching assistant find it funny? Probably not, but who cares? Anyway, if you've been enjoying these first few chapters, and I hope that you are, please subscribe. As of the recording of this, have 0 subscribers because I haven't put any of them up yet. But it would be lovely to have some subscribers. Hit like because YouTube really enjoys that. And it would be nice to have people listen to my book. If you're interested in buying the book, well, at some point I'll probably put a link in the description or somewhere. Right now I can't be bothered. So, if you see a link, it was put there at a future point when I could be bothered. I don't know that anybody wants me to go on and on like this, so I will end it here, and tomorrow we'll do another chapter, chapter 4 of Arthur Byrne in Underwood, Scotch and Rye. Thank you.